To understand how to calculate the circumference of a circle, you first need to understand where the formula comes from. The formula comes from the ancient Greeks. When they looked at a circle, they realized that as the diameter got bigger, the circumference, the distance around the circle, got bigger as well. So they took a piece of string and they decided that somehow that string should have some relationship, that length of the diameter should have some relationship to the circumference. So they'd start the string at one point on there and they'd lay it out, and so this would be one diameter. Then they'd get two diameters, and then they'd get to three diameters, but they'd have this little section left over. And what they found was that this was 0.1415926 and change diameters. So since the number wouldn't divide out, they decided that they would use the Greek letter pi to represent the number of diameters it takes to get around the circumference of the circle. So to find the circumference of the circle, it's pi times the diameter. So now I have a circle with a diameter of 5. So to find the circumference of that circle, I'm going to use pi times the diameter, which means it's going to be about equal to 3.14 times 5. So when I do that, 4 times 5 is 0. With the 20, carry that 2. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2 is 7. 5 times 3 is 15. I need 2 digits behind the decimal point, so it's 15.7, and label it with whatever the label was for the original circle. Sometimes they'll give you the radius of the circle instead of the diameter. In that case, your formula of circumference equals pi times the diameter changes because the diameter is equal to 2 times r. So we replace d with 2r, but because of the order we write things in, we write the circumference equals 2 times pi times r. So in this case, our circumference is 2 times 3.14 times 4. And it's easier to multiply the 2 and the 4 first, which would be 8 times 3.14, which means my circumference, as I multiply through, would be 25.12 meters. Sorry, I keep forgetting to put the label on this. In this case, we're given a circumference and asked to find the diameter. So in this case, I can use the same formula. It's just this time, 62.8 is going to replace C, and I'll use 3.14 for pi, and now I have to solve for D. Because 3.14 is multiplied to D, I'm going to divide both sides by 3.14, and I'm going to get that 20 feet is about what the diameter is. So knowing the formula, you can solve for any variable in the formula.